All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Once again, we're recapping the Texans training camp today. The offense started out phenomenally. Apparently, they tapered off a little bit towards the end. We're hearing a lot of buzz from players like John Mechie III. Could be a potential name to keep an eye on. I know a lot of Texans fans in general are keeping an eye on him, but keep seeing his name all across all spring. And now we're seeing it all summer. CJ Stroud, Stephon Diggs, Joe Mixon, a lot of new faces in town. Folks, it's a really good freaking time to be a Houston Texans fan. But before we get any further into today's video, if you guys enjoy it, hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. Like I said, we're trying to cover every single day of Texans training camp. But in general, I make a ton of Texans content. So if we could try and get this video to 200 likes, that would mean the absolute world to me. Check out all of the great reporters that I've got on the screen here for their clips from practice today. So according to Cody Stutes, he was filming the Bobby Slowick, offense coordinator for the Texans. Leadership and command is where CJ Stroud has grown the most, according to OC Bobby Slowick, which is just crazy because his leadership last year for being a rookie was next to none. I mean, you don't see that really ever. A rookie coming in with that much poise, that much leadership. The players obviously respect him. The players love him. I mean, CJ Stroud's the definition of a professional. I don't think you could pick a better franchise player for your quarterback position than freaking CJ Stroud and what he showed us in his rookie season. Moving on forward, this was John Mechie related. Davis Mills threw to John Mechie for a huge play, a little better throw, and he's running free for the touchdown. Mike Ford couldn't keep up with Mechie. Guys, we keep hearing this guy's name, and you should, and rightfully so. College career, illnesses, right? Just unfortunate. Last year was hoping for a little bit more production from him, but obviously it takes it takes forever to even get back to NFL speed, to get acclimated. I mean, he's still trying to get acclimated into the league, but his speed is next to none. And when we look at the new wide receiver room, specifically with Stephon Diggs, apparently, or it's just kind of obvious, Stephon Diggs is really helping out mentor, leadership-wise, even technicalities, like just getting down all the little stuff right, mindset, like literally everything. That's why you bring in dudes like Stephon Diggs, is so you can get the most out of your younger cats and John Mechie. Now, folks, when you look at the wide receiver depth chart, John Mechie's probably wide receiver 5. I've actually seen him as a cut candidate. I've seen him as a trade candidate where you're trading him for a stale bag of freaking chips because you're just waiting, right? We're just waiting and waiting and waiting. But now you have Stephon Diggs, you got Tank Dell, you have Nico Collins, star wide receiver Nico Collins, and then you have Noah Brown, right? And now John Mechie's wide receiver 5. But wide receivers are just like cornerbacks. They get banged up all the freaking time. You need as many able bodies, able, coherent, consistent, competent wide receivers as you possibly can. And CJ Stroud to John Mechie, wide receiver number 5, technically. Folks, if he makes this roster, which at this point seems like a given, I think it always should have been a given, but I mean, you're going to need to rely on this dude at various points in the season, especially if, Stephon needs to miss a game. Nico needs to miss a couple of games. Tank needs to miss a couple of games. So it's awesome that I keep seeing John Mechie's name. And then we got a couple of tweets here from Jonathan M. Alexander. Apparently, what began as a great start has turned into a rough one for the offense. 1 interception and 3 consecutive incompletions. But a lot of this has to do with Will Anderson Jr. Apparently, he sniffed out a reverse to Stephon Diggs, making the play in the backfield, screams in celebration. He got past rookie offensive tackle Blake Fisher from Notre Dame, and Will Henderson Jr. and Danielle Hunter as my 2 edge rushers. I mean, that's a terrifying duo. Thankfully, I'm a Packers fan. I don't have to worry about you guys ultimately till we inevitably match up in the playoffs, or in the Super Bowl, I should say. Packers, Texans, put it in pen, 2025. But I'm telling you, Danielle Hunter, Will Anderson Jr. had a sneaky, phenomenal rookie season. I think when you're talking about edge rushers, people are literally only focused on the sack count, and Will Anderson Jr. didn't really get going in the sack count till the second half of the season. But I'm telling you, this dude's a freaking star in the making. And then we had the first interception at campus by safety Eric Murray. CJ Stroud was trying to hit Tank Dell on a go route, looked like a little bit of a miscommunication. And then another John Mechie tweet. This one's from Aaron Wilson, NFL. Texans wide receiver John Mechie III, long touchdown reception, celebrates with CJ Stroud on the third day of camp. And then really quickly, guys, Stephon Diggs, CJ Stroud, 3 throws, 3 catches. Apparently, they've been locked in since the beginning of it. We heard John Mechie III caught another pass from Davis Mills, this time on an out route. CJ Stroud hits Stephon Diggs on a slant route for a would-be touchdown. Like, the connection apparently is clearly there. This is exactly what you want to be hearing, because this freaking wide receiver room with CJ Stroud coming off one of the most impressive rookie quarterback campaigns ever, it's just music, I'm sure, to all of your guys' ears. Some players who weren't practicing today: Laramie Tunsil, offseason knee scope; Christian Harris; Andrew Beck, who's got a strained calf; and then you have D'Angelo Ross and Delshon Phillips. I guess Andrew Beck technically a cut candidate. And then I've got this quote here from offense coordinator Bobby Slowick talking about the emergence of John Mechie through the first 3 days of training camp. Here was his quote: "He's just able to go play football. John Mechie is when he is at his best." The sentence doesn't make sense. John Mechie is when he is at his best to play football and do what he loves. There we go. All right. John Mechie breakout campaign season on the way here. You still got a nice tight end room, especially with Dalton Schultz, new running back room with Joe Mixon coming in. I mean, this offensive line, the tackles might be the 2 best tackle duos in the NFL. I mean, folks, this offense is only going to get better. They technically weren't statistical top 10 last year. They're definitely going to be at this upcoming year, but I just like how much more versatility they have. It's going to let Bobby just be even more creative than he was last season. I mean, guys, this is your wide receiver room. Nico Collins, Stephon Diggs, Tank Dell, Noah Brown, John Mechie III, Ben Skronik. I mean, it's one of the most talented and deepest wide receiver rooms in the National Football League. Don't even get me started on the defense. Apparently, Kalen Bullock, the rookie's been making plays. We got high hopes for Kamari Lassiter, the rookie. I mean, this defense is really rounded out here. Daniil Hunter and Will Anderson Jr., your freaking edge rushers. Alazi Shahir, love that move, bringing him on over from Tennessee. Danico Autry, bringing him on over. I mean, his defense freaking lights out. But thank you guys for watching. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. Once again, shout out to all these Texans beat writers and reporters and journalists for just doing a great job providing these clips. Go check them out on Twitter. But guys, let me know your thoughts on John Mechie III. Are you hopeful? Are you waiting? Are you keeping your expectations in check? Let me know what you guys are thinking. And as always, I know we missed yesterday, so I'm desperately sick. We're on the ends of it. But we're going to be doing this pretty much every single day for all of training camp leading up to your preseason game less than 2 weeks away. So thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great rest of your weekend. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. And yeah, let me know your thoughts on John Mechie down below. Peace.